Illegal mindset. I don't need to fight that. I'll walk past the nigga, inject the nigga with some HIV with a needle, nigga. Illegal mindset.
See, that's a very specific threat against a very specific person. That's actually against me. That is very much criminal.
And I make sure to spread whatever I have to all of these Korean women. And the police can't stop me. The government can't stop me.
Threatening people with AIDS or passing AIDS is illegal. And that is 10 years in jail. So 10 years under that statute for any conduct that would involve that.
Guys, in recent times, Johnny Somali has crossed every possible line, from threatening South Korean women to live streaming some of the most inappropriate and disturbing behavior we've seen yet. And now, it's finally catching up to him. He's officially playing with fire, and this time, he's going to have to face the consequences. South Korean media is already picking up the story, and even lawyers are stepping in.
The Korean media is on Johnny now. Mainstream media in Korea. There's many channels covering Johnny Somali now.
Legal actions are being prepared, and it looks like Johnny is heading straight into some serious trouble. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into what might happen next, what his future could look like if Korea decides to make an example out of him. Stick around, this might be the beginning of the end for Johnny Somali. Guys, before we go any further, I want to show you a really important clip. It's from Legal Mindset, and in this video, he breaks down exactly what Johnny Somali might be thinking right now. What's his real plan? Where did it all start? Now, somehow, this insane plan works. What does Johnny actually gain from all of this? This analysis goes deep. It shows you that Johnny's not just randomly causing chaos. There might be a twisted strategy behind it all.
The Korean media is on Johnny now. He has been featured, and we're going to show you, and I have a translation, mainstream media in Korea. There's many channels covering Johnny Somali now. So this is the former Somali Cycle, and this is what Johnny Somali wants. He wants this. So what he wants is, he wants for him to act out. So that's doing something crazy. So that would be in Japan saying Hiroshima, Nagasaki. That would be trespassing. That would be harassing young women. That would be doing all sorts of crimes and other things where he would do it and it makes everybody angry. That's step 2. So he acts out, rage ensues. People are pissed. And in the past, he would go silent. He would go silent for a month, a week, 2 months, 3 months, and everything would go away. But what he's and what happens after that is, after the heat dies down, after the rage goes away, and after people are no longer covering it, he escapes. He gets a slap on the wrist. He is sent home, and nothing happens. Instead, is the pressure on him is increasing, including the pressure to prosecute, and including the Korean media. And you better believe the judge, other folks, the prosecutors are aware of what's going on and circulating about this in the Korean media.
Guys, it gets even crazier. Johnny Somali has now directly threatened Legal Mindset. Yeah, you heard that right. Not only is he still targeting Korean women, but now he's claiming he'll also spread dangerous diseases to Legal Mindset himself. This isn't trolling anymore. This is a full-blown threat. And Legal Mindset, he didn't stay silent. Watch how he responds, calmly, legally, and with facts. This is exactly how you deal with someone spiraling out of control.
He's talking about injecting people intentionally with HIV and AIDS, and he specifically actually makes a threat against me. Right. So let's listen to this one. This is a very specific threat against me, of all people here. So let's listen up to this one.
Illegal mindset. I don't need to fight that. I'll walk past the nigga, inject the nigga with some HIV with a fucking needle, nigga. Illegal mindset.
See, that's a very specific threat against a very specific person. That's actually against me. So that is what you would call, and that's a threat, and that's what you call a pinprick attack, which is, you can Google it. There's actually Wikipedia pages about it. There's stuff like that about it. That is very much criminal to threaten, to talk about. And in many countries, there's actually specific statutes that relate to that legally.
Guys, you've probably already seen another shocking video where Johnny Somali straight up threatens to spread diseases among South Korean women. And not just that. He boldly claims that the South Korean government and police won't be able to do anything about it. Just let that sink in for a second.
If Korea does not let me out of Korea, I'm telling you right now, it is a danger to the Korean women. I have had so much sex with Korean women while I've been locked here. I don't wear any condom with these Korean women. I don't get any STD tests while I fuck Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I fuck Korean women. And I make sure to spread whatever I have to all of these Korean women. And the police can't stop me. The government can't stop me. These Korean ladies is fiending for black.
Guys, Johnny Somali just made one of the most insane and dangerous claims yet, openly threatening South Korean women. And honestly, I don't know if South Korea will let this slide, but from what we're hearing now, they're not. South Korean authorities are already taking action. They've reportedly started building new charges against Johnny for his latest threats. This time, it's serious, and it's international. And to break down what exactly these charges could be, and how deep the legal trouble might go, we've got a clip from Legal Mindset. Watch closely. He explains how this kind of threat could land Johnny in massive legal trouble, not just in Korea, but potentially worldwide.
So in countries like the United States, in Western Europe, there are laws. Now, in many places, there was a specific statute, the specific law that says that threatening people with AIDS or passing AIDS is illegal. Now, back in the day, these laws were controversial because many people thought that they would be used against people that lived other alternative lifestyles, like, for example, homosexual AIDS. But beyond that, you can actually use existing laws. So laws like intimidation. So saying, I'm going to do this because you cover me, or I'm going to do this if you don't release me. That is intimidation. That's also an attempted crime. It can be assault. And if you actually do it, it can be attempted murder or murder. So if you killed somebody, they died of AIDS, that would actually be murder. And in Korea, there are some specific crimes. If you actually went over and threatened people with HIV, you could be guilty of any of these things: injury, attempted injury, serious injury, special threat, attempted crime, murder. Also, Korea has a special statute, a special law called the Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, that's AIDS, Prevention Act. Article 19, prohibition on conduct risking transmission. What does that carry? I know you all want to know, and that is 10 years in jail. So 10 years under that statute for any conduct that would involve that. So that would be stacking on top of his already full stack of issues, 10 years in potential years in prison. That's a maximum penalty there.
Guys, it's not just that Johnny Somali could be facing up to 10 years in prison. Things are going way beyond that now. People from all over the world are furious, and it's getting personal. In fact, in one recent Kick streamer clip from ABZ, you can actually hear someone saying they want to punch Johnny Somali.
Johnny Somali. I'm telling you, that dude needs to be punched in the face over and over and over again.
Yes, he does.
If you're a live streamer, if you're a live streamer, don't do it like that.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
And that's not all, guys. A Japanese citizen also chimed in, saying that if they ever got the chance to punch Johnny Somali, it would be an honor. They even called it one of their biggest wishes. Check out this clip where the Japanese citizen says it straight up. This moment really shows how far Johnny has pushed people.
Someone saying, I remember him punching Johnny Somali.
Oh, not me.
Your friend.
I wish. If I punched Johnny Somali, he would have already. Look how big my fist is.
It's very strong.
If you want to come to Japan.
So guys, after watching the entire video, I'm sure you've realized something important. Johnny Somali really thought he could get away with everything. Escape from South Korea, say the most outrageous things, and still walk free. He saw himself as some kind of untouchable criminal mastermind, but now the walls are closing in from every direction. Authorities, streamers, creators, and even regular people across the globe, they're all coming for him. If Johnny wants to escape this mess now, he'd have to double down and do even more extreme things. But let's be real, he doesn't have the guts or the brain power to pull that off. And even if he tries, the consequences will hit harder than ever. What do you think, guys? Will Johnny spiral further, or is this the end of his wild run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. And guys, throughout this whole video, I never asked for a like or subscribe, but if you do, it would support this channel in a huge way. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. Thanks for watching.